Boy, do we have a fucking fun video today. I'm gonna be the unhinged Jesse that you guys hate to love, love to hate. And let's just fucking get into it with all the fucking absolute scum human beings that are on this fucking planet that need to get their heads popped on the ground so their brain juice can return to the earth from whence it came. So let's start with getting scammed for $35 on Facebook Marketplace. I thought I was getting scammed when I did this, but I'm like, you know what? Let's try it out. 35 bucks. It was 35 bucks shipped. I wanted a Terminator 2 NECA. The front was ripped off it. I said, hey, fuck, let's go for it. And I'm at Playland for the Fright Night when it was going on around Halloween. Buddy's being all weird, alternate email address. To be fair, some people usually do have different email addresses than their actual name, but I kind of knew the thing was a scam, and I sent him friends and family, and he pretty much ripped me off. So that's the first time I've been ripped off, and I kind of knew it was going to happen. So now I can officially say I've been ripped off, but I kind of knew. So there it is. Always pay goods and services. Always. I have had a lot of e-transfer sales and other stuff. I won't rip you off, but some other fuckheads probably will. Next, we have, an eBay shipping scammer. So I sent out a transformer that I had, and then I didn't really check, and it turns out the guy's in China, and then he's trying to say that the item hasn't been delivered. And I don't know if you guys know this, 2 points on eBay. If you're a seller and it says delivered, you're done. That's all on them now. Have fun. Not my fucking problem, and that's pretty much what I told him. I'm not sure if he was trying to run a scam or if he's in China and he's trying to use some cross-border shipper to have something returned. But either way, I ain't having that. And, and the other thing, anything over $750 US, that's with shipping and taxes combined. Even if it's $750, like on the dot after everything, you have to have signature confirmation, or the seller, if he wants to, can fuck you. And it did happen to my buddy Marcus. So that shit ain't cool. Next. These guys are an old one. I've been at war with these guys for like a year. Urban Sports Culture. Never order anything off those Instagram ads. If it's an Instagram thing you want, look for it on Amazon or somewhere else. So he had this pair of Wolverine shorts. I thought they were dope. I paid. Took a very long time, kept messaging him, no answer. Finally get my shorts. They're completely different. They're baby blue shorts, Wolverine, not even close to what I ordered. I'm like, hey bro, keeps telling me he's gonna refund me. They have horrible reviews. Like, I have been going war with these guys on Reddit. They keep making alternate accounts and responding to stuff, and all their message history and post history is all about Urban Sports Culture. And it's one guy running it. He's an absolute fucking clown. If you rip people off for a job, kill yourself. End your stupid existence on this earth. Do us all a favor. Next. Okay, we got a chick that came over with a bunch of comics, and she was actually nice. Like, we were talking for a bit, and she had a dog in the car. I'm like petting her dog, and it was raining too, so I'm kind of in the SUV breaking my back looking at stuff. Talked to her for like a good 20 minutes, pet her dog. Oh yeah, okay, cool. And then I'm like, okay, nothing too crazy. Maybe some old Spider-Man, like nothing under 100, not that old. But, I was like, okay, there could be something in there. Just kind of skimmed it quick. I'm like, do you have a price in mind? I always ask that, just so I make sure we're both on the same page and I ain't sending out any offensive offers. And she says, well, I'm going to be taking it to 2 other people. So I'm like, regardless of what I offer you, I'm not getting this today. No, she says. I'm like, in the nicest way possible, why the fuck did you even contact me and come here? Like, okay, just take this in for a minute. If you come to me and tell me you're going other places, that tells me you don't trust me and that you think I'm going to try and rip you off and you want to get other people input. So I was just like, you know what? I don't care what they offer you. I don't want this. I don't even care. Don't bring it back. Have a great evening in the nicest way possible. Obviously, I didn't word it like that because I'm not an absolute unhinged dickhead in person like I am on the internet. So, that was fucking stupid. This next one was the dumbest of the dumb. So this dude calls me. We talk for a bit. He wants to get rid of his collection. I didn't even get any pictures of this. I don't know what it is. He said 70s up to 2010. It could have been trash. It could have been great. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. And we text. Here's some of the text. You can see them. I'm like, okay, He's like, I'll bring them by tomorrow. I'm like, sure, tomorrow works, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, just so you know, I'm shopping them around pretty much. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to get in a bidding war. I've had this happen. People come to me, I offer 500. They're like, cool, take it somewhere else. Oh, this guy offered 600. Like, I ain't playing it. It's not eBay auctions. It's a fucking, I'll give you money. Do you trust me? If not, go fucking find somebody else, right? That's the fucking most annoying shit I ever heard of. People try and do that on Facebook Marketplace too. Well, I got an offer of this. Well, I got an offer for you. It's called shut the fuck up. So, yeah, so that's all happening. He's like, I promise it's not going to turn into a bidding war. I'm like, wonderful. Awesome. So he's going to bring him Saturday then. He doesn't bring him the next day, of course. So red flags are happening. This guy ain't a man of his word, but hey, you know, it could be great. So Saturday, my drummer is finally having his hands back to being good. So we got a jam planned and I'm like, well, I guess I'll move it to Sunday. He's like, yeah, no problem. So I could have jammed on Saturday. It was perfect day. And, yeah, this guy decides, he gets my address, blah, 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 confirms everything. An hour before coming here, he says this, you can read it, pretty much like, I've decided not to sell, which tells me he took it to that comic book store and they either bought it off him or told him that his comics ain't shit. And then he's like, I've had people say this before, well, I guess I'll just hold on to them for another 30 years. Oh yes, I'm sure your dollar fucking comics, your 30-cent comics, not 30 cents on them, but that are worth 30 cents, are going to be worth thousands of dollars in the future. Because people don't want them now, but I'm sure they will in 30 years. Even though they're already 20 to 30 years old, like, no, you're wrong and dumb. So that guy was a fucking idiot. I said, thanks for wasting my time. Sorry for the inconvenience, he says. Well, I'm sorry your mother birthed you into this horrible, horrible world that you have to be such a piece of garbage to other people. Next. This just happened yesterday. It actually wasn't that bad, but it was just kind of funny. Someone calls me, hey, I got a bunch of comics. Cool. Can I get some pictures? They got them from a storage locker. Sure. Fucking new stuff in a big trunk. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, hey, are any of these in comic long boxes? He's like, yeah, six long boxes. I'm like, cool. I get down there. There's no parking because there's like 10 broken down cars in the driveway. It's a shitty, gross part of town in New West, which is already fucking gross. And yeah, it's literally comics on a pallet, like one of those pallet loaders, like jack up pallet loaders. And they got it on the front lawn. And nothing is in, I think there's one short box. Everything else was in Tupperware stacked on each other. So you know how hard it is to go through? You got to like pull to the side, you're crunching corners. So stupid. And I'm looking at the stuff. It's all modern, 95% modern. There's like maybe 2 boxes of like older 80s stuff. And it's all like crunched in upside down. Looks like and I'm like going through the stuff and there's like mold on my pants and cobwebs. I'm like, this stuff have water damage? They're like, no. I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to go through this. How about $500? They're like, we want 1,000. I'm like, you're not getting 1,000 for this stuff. I looked through it a little bit more. I'm like, how about 200 for these 2 boxes? 300. No, I'm not doing 300. I looked through another box. They're like 250. I'm like, I don't want to do 250, man. I already don't. And like after I said the 200, I'm like, I don't even know if it's worth that. Like I didn't really find anything in there. So I grabbed another box of some older stuff. I'm like, hey, these 3 boxes 300. He's like, I think every box should, or these 3 boxes 250. He's like, every box should be 100. I'm just like, hey, man. Anyways, I don't know. And then the one guy pipes up, the Asian guy. He's like, it was a white dude with face tattoos and an Asian dude. I don't know. I guess they're both kind of crackheads or whatever. And they're like, well, I saw some of those are 20, 30 bucks. And I'm just like, oh, well, I run a comic business, but I guess you look stuff up on Facebook. So you should be fine. Anyways, have a good time, guys. Yeah, so put these in the picture. You know, I try and help them out still. I'm not just a complete dick, but put these in the picture. And you should probably get them sold before it starts raining because it definitely did pour rain for the next day and a half. So good luck to them. And then I came home and I smashed a cabinet with an axe. I was actually that's kind of why I left. I was more excited to smash this cabinet. Some idiot, well, I guess this is another idiot, people, left a massive cabinet in the back alley. And then, of course, some crackhead smashed the mirror with something. So there's broken glass all over. And then it's got wheels, so it was pulled out. So, like, I have to like move the thing back. And then I asked my landlord, he's like, that's not even from this apartment. So someone else down the alley brought it down here. Why? So anyways, I cleaned up all the broken glass, took it into the dumpster, smashed all the glass out, and then tore the thing apart. I kind of hurt my back a little bit, but it was damn worth it. And I'm feeling better already. Well, mission accomplished. I chopped the fuck out of it, gave it a fucking couple drop kicks, smashed some shit. Didn't even hurt myself or others. Don't leave bullshit in alleys that no one wants. And don't smash mirrors. You fucking faggots. Oh yeah, this one's great. People whining about newsstand prices. Holy fuck, can you people learn? I don't dictate the prices. I don't create this, Canadian price variance. Do I think they should be worth 4 times a direct? No, but they are. Do I think newsstands should be worth like a ridiculous amount more? No, but they are. It's the way it is. So we got these Wolverine books blow my mind. Wolverine 1, Wolverine 17, Wolverine 8, 10, all, well, not 10, but those bigger books, like, and I'm sorry, this Wolverine, what is it, 20? Yeah, Wolverine 23, I almost said 13. That should be a bigger book. John Byrne's Return. It's an awesome cover. It's way cooler than 17 or 27, I think. Just because people fucking jerk all over Jim Lee's face like he's the next coming of God. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's probably one of the top 3, but still, like, John Byrne, dude. Anyways, and it's a fucking black cover. There's none. You can't find any sales data. So I got people messaging me, and I see, happens to my buddy Eric, too. I'm like, shut the fuck up if you don't know what you're talking about. Newsstands are worth a premium from that era. Sorry. So I got this up. There's no sales data. I have it up for $2,000 on Facebook Marketplace. And I keep getting people messaging me. Here's some of them. Oh, you're fucking, what do you say? Cray cray? If you're a grown man and you use the word cray cray, you should get a fucking one of those little spinner hats with like a bonnet and get some fucking diapers on you too. Because you're a fucking child, infant baby. Yeah, so just people messaging me. If you don't like someone's price, shut the fuck up. Or how about this guy trying to protect people from buying my Dragon's Quest? It's the only boxed one in existence to purchase right now. And the last sales data are $700. Captain Planet as well. The Captain Planet, last 2 sales data in 9.8 Captain Planet is $700. And I got people offering me $150. I'm like, bro, I'd rather just keep Captain Planet. I kind of liked that show when I was a kid. I'd rather keep it for $150 than sell it. I'd take like $500. I don't need exactly $700, but it's just whack. Like, if you can't afford shit, shut up and move on. If you don't want it and you can't buy it, too bad. I don't get pissed off that Elon Musk can buy Twitter and I can't. I don't even want that crap. Like, fuck. So I sold these Treasury books to someone on eBay. And yeah, they sent me a good offer, a bit less than I was hoping for. But, literally, you can't find these condition of treasuries. And in the description, I said, the Star Wars one is near mint. And that most of the stuff is near mint. You can only upload a certain amount of pictures. So please message me for the Google Drive link with all the photos. And you will have pictures of everything you're about to buy. This guy doesn't do that. Just spends $800, gets it, waits 2 weeks to complain, and says that these are not in the correct condition. I swear to God, this guy, and he didn't even give me a chance. He's like, oh, I want a $400 return. $800, and he wants half of the money back. So I was instantly going to be like, no, just send it back. But it was, you send something to someone on Friday night, that was a Mike Tyson fight. I wake up the next day and he's like, oh, yeah, I've decided just to return it. Please accept my return. I ain't trying to get negative feedback on eBay, so I just accept it. And it takes an extra long time for me to get it shipped back, though. It kind of sucks because I use cross-border, so it has to go to fucking somewhere in Ontario, I think, first. And then, but when it gets there, eBay says it's been delivered back to me, when in fact it's probably going to take me another month. So usually when I get returns, I just have to accept the return, even if the comics aren't there or whatever happens, right? So I don't know. I just think this guy's a fucking idiot scammer. Here's his eBay. I would probably block him. I have a lot of people blocked on eBay. And yeah, this guy, and it looks like he's a reseller, so I'm sure he's buying them off me. I didn't, I don't know, buyer's remorse or whatever. Fuck this fucking ass liquor. And yeah, fucking ridiculous. Like, why not message me for the pictures first? I literally had detailed pictures of everything in that lot. If you're going to be a lot Nazi, fucking ask them for me. Because now I'm out like $100 in shipping because it was $50 down, $50 back up, and a month out. And it's just like, man, I don't want to have to deal with dumbass scammers. This is pretty much why I only sell fucking slabs, because you can see the pictures. They're in plastic. Fucking leave me alone. Go fuck up someone else's life, you scumbag gutter criminal. Anyways, I think that's about it. Now let's get into the fucking worst of the fuckheads that have ever fucking been born. Canuck Auctions. All right, so this has to be fucking said. I used to work with these guys in my early days. I would bring them comics when I was just starting out. They made me some good money. I bought some good like Spider-Man action figures. I would buy a lot of action figures and flip them. We had a good working relationship. They were in the hood. I dropped down there. I had some mutual friends. You know, we'd hang out. Fucking, they were cool. You know, but I always thought a little bit scummy. But that's auction houses for the most part. They're just scumbags. And so anyways, they ended up moving to a different part of town, like 30 minutes away. They used to be just outside my gym, like 5-minute drive. So needless to say, I stopped taking stuff to them for a while, started taking stuff to Urban. But Urban, they wouldn't really, you know, don't get me wrong. Canuck is good. I still call them Canuck, but they're not Canuck. They used to be Canuck Auctions, and then they took over a sports card place called Great Canadian Sports Cards. So that's what they've been running under, even though it still says Great Canadian or Canuck Auctions on the actual auction website. So these guys are great because they have auctions every Monday. So it's a great way to churn and burn inventory, because I just really don't want to invest the amount of time it would take to move all these raws. I got enough of a business going selling these slabs, and I don't have to worry about the returns. Yeah, so I had about $9,500 in checks that I picked up, and I picked them up around October 1st, and I didn't cash them for like 2 weeks. I didn't really need the money right away, and I was just like, you know what? I just kind of escaped me. I'm like, all right. So I go to fucking put them in my bank. I think I'm fucking 10 grand richer, living my life. All of a sudden, 4 bounce checks, totaling about $9,500. So I messaged Sean right away. He's like, oh yeah, sends me $2,500. I'm like, cool. I know that's the e-transfer limit. So I'm like, I'll be paid in 4 days. No. He's like, the amount of times he told me, we'll settle up. We're going to settle up. And then he's making excuses. His old bank closed down. His new bank, he's trying to transfer funds. Great. Keep me in the loop. He's not messaging me back. He's not sending me money. I got to fucking hound him. He won't respond to text messages. And then he just sends me $1,000. $1,000 here. $1,000 here. It's been a month since I told him of this bounce check, and I've received $5,500. And the last message, he hasn't responded to me in a week. And I'm going down there tomorrow, and he hasn't even ran my books. I've had books there for a month, and he hasn't ran any of them. So just a little addendum to that. So I did go down there. I might play some audio. Hey bro, can I talk to you for a minute? What are we doing? Well, I'd like some money out of you. So you've been not answering my phone calls, not responding to my text messages. I have 4 bounce. No, you weren't. It's been a week. You have 4 bounce checks from me. Mm-hmm. You haven't ran any of my stuff in 2 months.
I don't have much left.
You haven't ran any of this shit. Why would I bring in anything more when you owe me 10 grand?
Well, you don't owe me 10 grand anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's been a month since you fucking responded to checks.
I've gotten a lot of them, and we're going to get a lot.
Yeah, right. You're a fucking scammer. Just give me my fucking comics and my money, and I'll be out. We figured it out. I had some really mean stuff to say, and I did say it, but I removed it because it's important to keep working relationships. And so I have been getting paid now. And I guess sometimes you just got to go down and handle stuff in person. And so that's where we're at right now. I'm actually going to take some stuff down there on Wednesday. So it's there, so I can get some money coming in after Christmas. But, yeah. Not too happy about how everything worked, but I guess it's working out. So a little bonus, we're going to have 2 more fuckheads. Some guy wanted to buy this Gambit off me. Gambit X-Men 266 in a 9.8. All ready to pay, worked out a price, and then he says, I don't want it because it's got a spine roll. Bro, I think they all do. It's a 9.8. You're a fucking idiot. Okay, next. And then this other guy was like, hey, I have all these slabs. Talks my fucking ear off. Like, talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. My arm's getting tired. And, yeah, talks my ear off about all these things. And I'm like, cool, dude. Bring the slab. Like, Show me some slabs. He has 30 CGC 9.8 slabs to sell. I'm like, cool. Yeah. Usually pay 30 to 60% in there. Send all the stuff to me. I'll give you a price. Wait, nothing. He's like, I'm going to send it tomorrow. Doesn't. And then I'm like, hey, dude, just touching base. He's like, I didn't forget. My mother's sick. No, you fucking bitch. You did forget. I reminded you, and now you remembered. You fucking forgot. If someone reminds you, don't be a dickhead. And then he's like, he still hasn't fucking responded. Like, fuck. He's like bragging to me, I'm 50. Anyways, that has been me ranting. It feels cathartic. I'm going to go take a bubble bath, listen to some Black Sabbath, Planet Caravan, and smoke a big old joint and think about how great life is, even with all these fuckheads screwing with me. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, a wonderful life, and that we can all keep being good human beings amongst these absolute pieces of human trash.